Fine, but my counter's going up. Maybe it works. Network error. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me get everything back on screen here that I had to remove. Sorry about that, guys. So it looks like there was a 14 and an 18 against this guy up here. So both of those, yep, both of those hit. Go ahead and roll damage for each.
Boom, first, second.
So 14 total damage, which is enough to just kills this guy. You fight over the quarterstaff. Maybe he tries to wrench it away from you, but that overbalances him, and then you like double punch him in the face, and he just crumples.
Like
After that arrow strike, he was already pretty hurt. Okay, so that is Desdin. That is your attack, your bonus action. Do you want to move?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Vathan?
Before Vathan makes his move, I'm going to shout to him, Vathan, shoot the flying thing!
Would I be able to take a shot with these around me? Because if I can,
it will be at disadvantage because you are threatened within this circle here. There's threats within 5 feet of you. So it'll be at disadvantage. You have a pretty high bonus, so that's up to you what you want to do with it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
What are you going to do? What are you shooting
I'm going to, can I Hunter's Mark as well?
Hunter's Mark is a bonus action. Yep, it's a bonus action.
I'll do that on the flying
spell.
thing, and then I'll take the shot.
Okay, so tick down one of your spell slots for the day, and then you now have Hunter's Mark on the flying one. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to mark him. I don't know which one's actually Hunter's Mark, so we're just gonna pick the skull and crossbones. So he's Hunter's Mark currently. Okay, so go ahead and take your action. You wanted to take a shot at him.
Yep. Second. Right, this is gonna hit. I can feel it.
Oh, come on. Come on, baby.
Go.
Come on.
Ooh, a 10. That misses. So you getting harried.
Feel it.
Getting harried on both sides. And you cast your Hunter's Mark and you take the shot, and it flies like wide over his wings. Okay. Vathan, would you like to move?
No. I don't think that would be a good idea.
So the flying one screeching, or whatever it does, is very unhappy about being shot at, but also notices there's the immediate threat to its quote-unquote master. So it's going to... Oh, wait, have I been doing this correctly? Damage resistances, damage, immunities. Okay, no, those have been fine. This one is... Okay. They have some weird stuff going on.
Plus 4, okay.
So what he's going to do is he's going to flick 2 more tail spines directly at Ignas here. So he's gonna go ahead and do that. He's gonna flick the 1. Wow, I am rolling so well today. And a 17. I believe that actually hits for once. Holy moly. It does 4 piercing damage and 3 fire damage. So you take 7 damage. So he flicks these 2 things out, and these 2 barbs out of his tail. And one misses, and the other one strikes you in the shoulder. And you feel this searing pain, and the searing turns into heat. And it's actually very, very hot, and you take some damage for that. So that is, I believe, what he's going to do. He actually is going to move into this space here and lands. He pulls out his he wields his trident now, and he's standing in front of his master and in what looks like to protect him. So that is that one's turn. So now we have all of these gray-skinned monstrosities that are down here. So this one, following the gnome, is going to run this way.
Oh, fun.
they kind of have their targets here. So it's 2 there, 2 there, and I think this one is gonna he's gonna come up behind here, behind Vathan, and this one is gonna kind of just take his step to the left. The one up north is locked in combat right now, so I think that's how that's gonna work. So we're gonna work from the top down. So we're gonna start at the top one here. He's going to make his multi attack against the dwarf. So he's going to bite and he's going to claw. It's a 17 and an 18. Both hit. Okay.
Damn.
The bite attack is 6 piercing and the claw attack is 3 slashing. So you will take 4 total damage because you're raging.
With resistance, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The next one down here, he was moved there, is going to attack the gnome who would run away from him, and he's very upset about it. So what he's going to do is he's going to bite and he's going to claw. I believe both of those miss. Yep, okay. So that's good. And then, so now we're going to start down here. This one behind Vathan.
Okay.
Let's see. He's going to... he's going to Fetid Cloud. So what this is, a 10-foot radius of disgusting green gas extends out from the dretch. The gas spreads around corners. Its area is lightly obscured. Lasts for 1 minute or until a strong wind disperses it. Any creature that starts its turn in that area must succeed a DC 11 con throw or be poisoned until the start of its next turn.
He's farting a lot.
Yeah, so he opens his mouth and just belches this, and just this green fetid cloud comes out and just stretches around. It's a 10-foot it's a 10-foot thing. So hang on a second. Let me go ahead and
So me and Desdin need to make Constitution saves.
I believe, is that 10? 10 foot.
Poisoned.
So he does it right there. So you would not right now on the start of your turn.
Sure.
You will have to make a save there. So
Okay.
we'll keep that in mind. So now the other two green or gray monstrosities. I still have the wrong thing selected. Oh my god. Hang on. There we go. I'm gonna move him out of the way so I can get to. I want to get to this. Wait. It's not gonna let me do it. Fuck it. Whatever. It's there now. I don't care. It's fine. He has a little yellow thing on him now. So he's going to make 2 attacks here against Vathan. He's going to make his bite and his claw attack.
Every time.
Oh,
So he really like lunges into the green cloud and bites down real hard, and it deals you 7 damage.
Okay, I'm just getting eaten here.
The other one here to the right, seeing basically blood in the green cloud, is also going to make his attacks against Vathan.
doesn't he have to make the Constitution roll as well?
They are immune to poison.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Of course they are. They spit it.
Yeah. So
Well, that wasn't established.
that's true. It wasn't established. The bite seems to miss, but the claw, after you get, like, let's say the one bites onto your arm or something like that and holds you in place, and the other one lashes out with a claw and deals you 10 slashing damage.
Oh, I'm nearly down.
Oh, wow.
Better figure
Okay.
out that riddle.
So
No, I think I know the riddle, but the frickin' elf missed.
Ignis, it is now your turn.
Oh, well, okay. Question. If I am
DM question or question for someone else?
I have a question for the DM.
Okay.
If I'm holding the smoke stick and the smoke fills the square, it is hard for enemies to hit me, but I also cannot really see out of it, correct?
No one can see in or out.
Okay, so I would have to make rolls at a disadvantage if I wanted to shoot something.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I
may
did
as
these on the
well-
wrong layer. Whoops.
I may as well attempt a theory and take a crossbow shot at the this dude right here.
Okay, it's at disadvantage because you have 2 enemies within 5 feet of you.
Oh, are you kidding me? I may as well just grab the smoke.
Move and then take the shot. Right?
Whatever you'd like to do.
Well, hang on. What can I do? Already did 8 damage on the one guy, but I don't think we really want to go through another round with these things. Or maybe we do. Who knows? Maybe I should just let Vathan take another shot at. Well, no, because he's surrounded. Screw it. I'll make an attempt. Basically blind luck, but whatever. All right,
Go
XCOM
on, you
luck.
got this.
Let's go.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. Can you? Are you? What did you shoot at? You shot at the flying one
Yeah.
who had landed on the ground. Okay. Can you roll a 1d20 for me, please?
It's gonna kill me, isn't it?
14? No, that's fine. So it just misses. It just
Okay.
misses. It's fine. Maybe like the one behind you, or you catch a smell of that cloud from behind you, and it makes you bleh a little bit, and you know shank the crossbow shot there. Okay, you good?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. It is now
Actually, wait. Can I also take out the smoke stick?
No, it's an action.
Oh, never mind then. I'm done.
Yeah. So again, I think because this goblin is now staring deep into McSwiggins' soul after getting like rounded on pretty fucking heavily. McSwiggins, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please. So find the saving throw column there, and
Shit.
oh my, okay.
ouch.
So you feel this force. It's much like the words that were in your mind earlier, but it's denser. It doesn't spread as much. It's like a knife just goes directly into your skull. And all of a sudden, everything is so fucking funny. Why is it so funny? So everyone else sees McSwiggins just start rolling on the ground with laughter, having dropped his axe to the side. Don't really know what's happening. So you have fallen prone. You are incapacitated and unable to stand. So at end of each of your turns and every time you take damage, you can make another wisdom saving throw. So just for your knowledge, the saving throw DC is 12, so you'll have to beat a DC 12 wisdom saving throw either at the end of your turn or if someone attacks you.
Great.
Okay. So that's what the goblin does. It's now McSwiggins' turn. So now it is the end of your turn. Please roll that wisdom save.
Roll a better one.
God.
11. He
Fucking-
is still rolling around on the ground laughing. Just you guys have no idea why. You just know that this goblin is staring at him and he's just on the ground laughing now. Okay. So that
Damn.
eventually
dwarves.
that won't work on you. So we'll see. Desdin, it is now your turn. I don't know why rage keeps
All right, I have
like
a
bumping.
question.
It's a
DM question or group question.
yes.
Did Rel or Ignis yell his theory out?
Well, I said shoot the flying guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
The only thing
that
he
doesn't-
said in
that doesn't
character
count
is
as-
shoot. Correct. The only thing he said in character is shoot the flying guy.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack
I need you
this
before
guy.
to make
yeah,
can I get a Constitution saving throw, please? 18.
Nice.
Bam.
Great. So retching, and you smell this stuff, and it's awful. But you fall into your meditative state, and you remember your training, and you're able to make your attacks here.
All right. So the guy in the circle, I'm just gonna quarterstaff him.
Go ahead. 13 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 7 damage. Excellent.
And then I'm gonna use another key to do another flurry of blows.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and roll both of those.
Okay. Do they have to be on the same person or no?
No.
Okay.
No. So if you want to change them, that's fine.
All right.
Or
First one's gonna
if you
be
want to
this
do
guy.
one and then wait, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead and do one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 5 bludgeoning damage. Excellent.
All right, so he's still alive.
He is still up. So you come around, you round on him with the quarterstaff, and you hit him upside maybe like the arm or the torso or something like that, and then you come around and you kick him in the other side in the ribs. You have an additional attack here with using your key.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually unarm on this guy, the other attack.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. So as you come spinning around and you make that attack on the guy behind you, 24 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And you deal him 6 bludgeoning damage. So as you come spinning around from that kick, maybe you throw out an elbow and you hit this guy as well.
Okay.
Well done. I believe that is all of Desdin's turn.
Yep.
Okay, Vathan, it is now your turn. I need you to make a
Constitution save.
Constitution save. Yep, thank you.
Go team! Yay!
13. Yeah, so same thing. You're retching. It's awful, but you're able to force your way through it and make your move here.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move away because I'm on little to no health now. So I'm gonna try and move forwards. So to let's have a look to here.
Okay, you are going to take 3 attacks of opportunity.
Do it.
Okay, so each of these guys are gonna lash out with their claws, and they all miss.
Yes.
Wildly miss.
Okay.
It looks like they've been distracted enough by the flurry of blows that came out of
ninja.
Desdin,
Awesome.
that they're unable to focus long enough to hit you.
Okay, now I'll take the shot at the flying thing.
Okay, sure, yeah, go ahead and take the shot.
Come on, let's do this. Come on.
18. It's enough to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
9. Well shot. So you draw back, you get away from all of them, and you draw back and you loose the arrow, and it strikes the beast, let's say, like in the shoulder, one of the joints for its wings, and it looks at you, but it doesn't seem to be as affected as you would think that shot would have been.
Okay.
What color is its blood?
So the blood from all of these beings has been this like purple black like ichor. So it's not as black as goblin blood, but it's been purplish. I should have made you make a perception check for that, but it's purple. Let's see. So that would be. I'm
The worst
mathing.
part
Sorry.
is having an idea about how to solve this, but me not wanting to reveal it because I'm in character.
I appreciate that.
I think I know
That's
where the
awesome.
game is.
I appreciate that. It's
Yeah,
good.
that's
It's like, oh, I see what we have to do. I mean, I think. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, actually,
Yeah.
right now I'm like.
I mean, you're raging. You're laughing now, but you were raging before. I don't think you had any thoughts at all other than smash some shit.
Nah.
Especially because you're now a battle rager, so you're like the bloodthirstiest motherfucker. So, anyways, so Vathan, I believe that is your
Yep,
turn. Oh,
me done.
go ahead and roll your. I'm gonna remind you this time. He is hunter's marked. Roll your hunter's mark damage.
Oh yeah.
I
do I need
don't
for
know. I
hunter's
think it's a
mark? Let me just-
1d4.
Let me just find it. I've got it. Okay. It's under spells, isn't it? Here it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's that effect on him? Oh, it's hunter's mark. He should roll that. That's gonna help.
Extra 1d6.
At first level's 1d6.
Yeah, it says extra 1d6.
Nice.
At higher levels, more.
Yeah. So go ahead and slash roll 1d6 for your hunter's mark damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
5. Nice. So an extra 5 damage. So he's sent a little bit more reeling than you had previously seen.
That's
The
14
magic of the
total.
hunter's mark. You hit him more precisely than he originally thought. Let's go with that.
Oh, that's actually in my eye, not my head.
Yeah, I may not remind you about that damage next time. Just a heads up. Okay, so Vathan, I believe that that ends your turn.
Yep.
Okay. So now he's screeching and reeling backwards, and he's thinking better of maybe his move to come down here on the ground, and he takes off once again. Because he wasn't getting hit while he was in the air, and he's not necessarily the smartest thing in the world, right? So he takes up straight up into the air, and flies this way. He's pretty freaking pissed about getting hit with that arrow, so he's gonna throw both of his tail spines at Vathan. So here we go. 12 there, and a 19 there.
Damn it.
Believe the 19 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. So he hits you for 6 damage, 3 of his piercing, and 3 is fire.
Yeah, that takes me to -3.
So Vathan takes a spike to the chest, and he instantly crumples to the ground, unconscious. Okay. So that's the flying one's move. He's again about 20 feet up, and let me check his movement. Yeah, he's 20 feet up in the air. And now it's the everything else. So
everything else.
These seeing Vathan run away from them and watching him fall to the flying beast, have moved to surround Desdin here, and they're going to make all of their attacks on Desdin. So we're going to do bite, claw, bite, claw, bite, claw. So the first bite is a 10 is a miss. The first claw is a 19, which hits. 7 slashing damage. The next bite misses. The claws hit. 4 damage. The next bite misses, and the next claw misses. So, Desdin, you're surrounded on all sides by these dudes. They are all up in your grill, and they are biting and slashing and clawing at you. This green cloud is all around you. It's not pretty, and they deal you 11 damage here.
Taking the average.
Okay. So now this one here is going to make an attack on Ignis. So he's going to go bite and claw. I believe both of those miss. And this one up here, seeing the incapacitated dwarf, not really caring, looks for the next moving, threatening target, and also makes attacks at Ignis. So he bites and claws, and both of those hit. So the bite attack does 3 damage. The claws, your AC is 16, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't see the other one. Never mind.
Yep. So he does 6 damage to you, biting and clawing at you. You're now surrounded on both sides here.
Oh, fun. Oh, 15. My health is going down. I'm at half health.
I mean, Vathan's on the ground, so, you know...
Yep, I'm out of it.
There's a little more dire things here than being at half health.
Yeah. Squishy, though. Oh,
Vathan is on the ground. You have higher AC than him.
Spike to the chest.
Like, I don't understand. Self-preservation, I get it. Okay, so that is all of their turn. Ignis, it is now your turn.
All right, well, I'm going to take the attack of opportunity. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to test this out, and I'm going to paste this in chat real quick. Tape is in your head. Paint mine red. Nuts to it. Here's what I want to do, and tell me if this is allowed. I want to try and use my spear or crossbow bolt or whatever to just cut my cheek, get some blood on it, smear the goblin's face. And I would thus take an attack of opportunity from this guy, I realize.
You'd take 2.
2? No, I'm moving around.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Yeah, because I'm just going here.
Away
from this guy.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that. It's your full move to do this.
Okay. So
full action.
Just FYI, guys, if I'm wrong,
you've killed us all.
I've killed us all. Yes, I've killed us all. On the other hand, if I'm right,
see you as some like blood crazed maniac.
Well, we already know that.
We did staple some goblin heads to the wall. So
here's the thing. Technically,
I'm pretty sure that caused this.
Okay, can we just reflect on the fact that the barbarian gingerly ate ears, but the like little gnome like just bloodthirsty like
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
wall?
Yeah. All right, Ignis,
Reflective of the
is
players, not the
that,
character.
is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah, sure. Screw it. Let's do it.
Okay, Ignis running forward, slashing his I guess his cheek or his palm or something like that.
Just getting a quick slash across the cheek and bam.
Okay, so you move up to the front there. You
On the
take
goblin's face.
you take a claw attack on the way out, and it misses. Can you roll me a 1d20 and add? So just make a dex check. You're gonna see if you can hit him
Okay.
while you're running at him.
Okay. Come on, dex check.
Critical fail.
Oh,
It's acrobatics. I'm sorry. So make an acrobatics check, which I think
Okay.
you have checked. Maybe
All right.
you might have proficiency.
XCOM luck. Wait a
A
minute.
19.
Well, whatever. Wait, did I
It's
do that
fine.
with disadvantage or normal?
Yeah, but it's fine. It's 20, so you're fine.
Whatever.
Just take the first one. Just turn off the.
Yeah, I did that.
So you run forward and you get the blood on your hand and you slap him with it. Well, it gets a little bit on him. And nothing else seems to happen.
Come on, do I need to bleed my whole head worth of blood?
The voice creeps in and just starts giggling. Ooh, you're close. I like this. You figuring it out. And the goblin changes his eyes from the dwarf that's laughing on the ground and stares at you.
Do you think we need to get the red blood on the flying thing, maybe?
So the blood that you've smeared, attempted to smear, kind of just
Fine thing.
brushes the cheek, and it's faint. You didn't really get a whole lot of blood on your hand from your cheek there. So, Ignis, I believe that is your turn.
Yeah, sure.
So this goblin now seeing you again for the first time, maybe. You feel something creeping into the back of your mind.
Wisdom check.
Oh, let me check here. It probably is. Oh wow, yeah. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw?
I still don't know where the saving throws are, but whatever.
I mean, they're right next to your stats at the very top of the page. So there's second column, essentially.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing anyway.
You rolled a 16. It seems to you seem to not be affected at this point in time, but there's this weird like shimmering area now. I'm gonna try to do this the correct way this time. So sorry. Believe it was this button. And in this area here, there's this weird like shimmer to the air. You don't seem to be affected by it at this moment.
Okie doke.
So now it is McSwiggins' turn. McSwiggins, you are on the ground, laughing your ass off, and now sitting in whatever this aura is. I need you to, well, you can't really do anything yet until you beat the first one, so roll me a wisdom saving throw. A 9. You are still laughing on the ground. Sorry, man, that's happening.
Save us! Save us!
So let's move on down here. Rage keeps changing itself. I don't know why. Desdin, it is now your turn. You are absolutely surrounded at this
I need to
point.
make another Constitution roll, right?
Yes, you do.
You got this.
Got
Good.
it.
Still coughing and retching, but you're seemingly able to fight it off. Whatever, like the area around you, I guess.
I'm
So
gonna
what would
I'm gonna
you-
hit this dude with my quarterstaff.
Hell yeah, hit him. Get after him.
Oh,
Just enough to
Hits.
hit. Good job. Yep.
He
8 bludgeoning
just should-
damage. 8 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, so this one dies in front of you.
All
In
right.
the same, collapsing onto the same spot as his comrade there. So he is now dead.
All right. I'm gonna keep going. Unarmed strike. This guy.
Okay.
Wait, which one did I attack last time?
I believe the one behind you. Let me
yeah, I
check.
think it was the one on the left.
Yep, the one
Yeah.
behind you.
Okay, that guy then.
Okay, go for it. Yep, 17 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll. 7 damage. Yeah, you deal him a heavy blow here. He's not dead, but he's definitely reeling from that.
All right. That's all I
Is it
got.
like 14
So
HP
well
or
struck.
something?
You're just fighting with it. What was that?
These guys have
Yes.
14 HP or something.
Yes.
So yeah, that's that.
I calculated
Vathan-
that earlier.
Vathan, I need you to roll me a death saving throw, please.
Who's that? Me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
You're on the ground unconscious. Roll me a death saving throw.
where's it? Death.
Guy's about to die.
Saving throws. What does that come under?
So next to hit die, where there's a
Where it
bunch of
says
boxes where you can
death
check them
save.
off,
Yeah.
click death save.
Why am I
Oh.
oh, hit die, death saves. Ah, right, okay. Don't die.
That's one failure. Go ahead and mark the box failure.
Done it.
Oh,
Okay. And
Flashbacks.
it is. Yep, this is getting real familiar at this point. It is now the flying one's turn. Howling in victory for having put down Vathan here. It turns its attention again to the small gnome standing in front of its master, who it seems to have been able to touch, and it's freaking out about it. It is not happy about all of that happening here. So it flicks out two tail spines rapidly, and it's able to hit with one of them. So it will deal you 9 damage.
Well, I'm about to die. Well, not really. Wait a sec. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. No, yes, I am about to die. Down to 5.
I guess you better solve it quick. So this creature here, the most northern one, is within that boundary there. So he's within whatever this effect is. So I'm going to have him make a wisdom saving throw here. They're not very good at this, and he fails. So he will roll a 1d10. Oh, whoops, I didn't put roll correctly, but there you go. Roll 1d10. He rolls a 2. So the creature does not move or take any action this turn.
Out of there.
So
All
he's
right.
there's something that's happening within this shimmering field, and he's just like, and he doesn't do anything. He's not able to resist whatever this is.
About to throw my cat out the window.
This one here doesn't really understand what's going on, so it runs. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Runs into this thing, but because it didn't start its turn there, it's not necessarily affected.
Okay.
It's going to actually make its attacks on the. It's going to make one bite attack on the gnome, and it's going to lash out with a claw at McSwiggins. So it lays down the bite here, which is a 20, which I believe hits Ignis.
And he's dead.
1 damage.
Oh,
He's
Lord.
alive.
Yeah, that was lucky.
And so he's gets to make this the claw attack with advantage against McSwiggins because he's on the ground incapacitated, laughing.
Laughing was the specific.
Does a 15 hit you, McSwiggins? Rob, buddy,
Yeah.
does a 15 hit you?
Oh.
He's playing PUBG right now.
Oh yeah. 15 hit.
Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, 15 hits.
Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, man. So even though you're raging and laughing on the ground, you take 3 slashing damage because it is halves still.
Feels bad.
And you can make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm trying.
Does he get 2?
Oh,
Nice.
No, he was only attacked one time and only hit one time. So all of a sudden you get slashed with this and you whip around and you look at this being and your laughter just immediately stops and you're laying on the ground staring at this thing. You're still in whatever this field, this aura is that seems to have affected at least one of the monsters near you. But you're on the ground, but you've stopped laughing. Okay. So it's not your turn. That's just you've saved out of this now. Okay.
It's just like,
Ignis, it is now your turn.
Can I get a quick reminder of what the goblin said after I gave him a little bit of a pat?
He's proud of you. You seem to be figuring it out.
Okay.
save us
that mean-
all.
But that's the thing. Well,
See, does it mean that we need to put more blood onto the goblin's face? Is that why we were close?
see, that was my
Oh.
first thought.
Or do we need to put it onto the flying thing?
I mean, that's the thing. The flying thing seems like it would be really cruel because it's both flying and out of reach. And I mean, it doesn't seem like, considering the voice said that it, the goblin was its favorite, then I'm assuming that that's what it's talking about. And I just didn't have enough blood.
Tick-tock, Ignis. Time's running out on your turn here, bud.
You know what? I will go for the Hail Mary. I mean, what the heck? We're all dead anyway. I will draw some more blood. Just make a like forehead cut, because that bleeds a lot.
Okay.
How would you know that?
Wrestling.
Naruto.
I mean, well, yeah, like over the eyebrow
Okay,
cuts
okay.
are a lot. I just interesting
Naruto.
that you
I know this because of Naruto.
keep cutting up your face.
Well, here's the thing.
Just put a spike in your forehead and be done with it.
That's fine. It's fine. You can do that.
Here's the thing. You worded the riddle. The key to escape is in your head.
I see the logic.
I understand how I've worded the riddle. I also know the solution to the riddle, so I get what's happening here. I just think it's interesting that you keep cutting up your face.
Okay,
I'm not
fine.
saying
I
it's
will
right or
change
wrong.
that. I will change that then. I got stabbed and gored and spiked and whatever else. I got blood like all over the place. Give me some of my blood. Let's freaking take it from wherever and just paint the whole freaking face with it.
Sure. Give me a dex check. Give me
Sure.
acrobatics.
Sure. It's my save to see if I can make a really good face paint.
You gotta be a gymnast to do this.
Yep, and I failed.
Oh boy. For whatever reason,
Sorry, guys.
you can't
Is it another
seem
hole?
to get your hand to touch his head. But you know what? I'm feeling mighty generous right now. He's not moving, so you can make this with advantage.
Okay,
Go ahead and roll it again.
All right, fine.
If you
Watch
fail this,
I should roll double ones.
I mean, he's not moving. He's making zero attempt to get out of the way. By advantage, I mean just roll it again, but they're the same number. You're able to. So let's say you do this. You tear out the spine that has lodged itself in your chest, and that open wound is just pouring out your red blood. And you go in and you scoop it out with one of your hands, and you lay it down on the goblin's face, and it's a lot of blood. It's like a puddle of blood has just spilled down this goblin's face. And then there's a brief pause, and everything seems to stop. And things start to go away. All of a sudden, the beings start getting sucked up back into the fog.
Oh, we could have done that so much quicker.
if
Yeah,
you
we
would have
could,
shouted
but-
it to us, maybe we could have.
Well, that's
The
thing.
corpses
I-
corpses in the cloud stay because that was not conjured by the goblin. So there's a pause, and all of these things get pulled back into the fog, and you hear a voice. You did it. Well, that was very clever, wasn't it? I thought that was a lot of fun.
and bleeding to death.
And the goblin just shifts its grinning, bloody gaze with the arrow out of the eye and looks at Vathan and says, "Do one of you want to help him?"
No, I got this. I have medicine. I'm just gonna start administering healing potions to everybody.
Okay. So I would assume. Do you go to Vathan first? Is my question.
Yeah, he's down. I mean, I'm gonna drink one on the way just to, I got time. But can I drink one? Can I drink while I'm walking? Can I swallow liquid?
No, it's an action. It is an action to take these potions. So, and it takes a full action to save him.
Too much.
So, I'm being generous in the fact that you get to move to go do this, even though you just took your action.
Okay. I will go save the elf who probably saved us all, because the reason I didn't shout what I thought was the solution was because I wasn't 100% sure, and I wanted to see what kind of blood the flying thing bled before I committed to, the Hail Mary that I did. So, yeah, I'll just go over here.
Is he saying this while he's walking?
No.
Probably.
Sure, why not? If he wants to.
Well, I just wanted to try it out. I don't know.
He's just like fucking walking.
Don't mind me. I'm just bleeding to death and trying to save someone else from bleeding to death. Just
okay. You're good. So roll your what is it, like 1d something? 1d4?
Yeah, I believe it's 1d8 for healing.
1d8. Yep. Go ahead and roll 1d8.
Hang on. Let me bring this up. Yeah, it's just 1d8. All right. Okay.
An 8 would be useful.
Of course.
Or a 1.
Yeah, 1.
There it is. There it is. Vathan, again, for some reason, this vial is covered in blood, and it just doesn't seem as effective as it really should be. You have no idea why every bottle Ignas hands you just tastes like blood. It's the worst. It's slightly different tasting blood, but it's still blood. And you're conscious but laying on the ground.
Okay.
So with this, and because we missed our last break, so I want to give us at least 5 minutes here. With the urgency of Vathan being revived and everyone basically being back to normal here, and the threat seems to have resolved itself for the moment. I'd like to take a quick break here just so we can use the restroom, grab a drink and stuff like that, and we will be right back, guys. Thank you. Hey, chat. How's it going? You enjoying your day? Well, Ignis seems to be getting in the habit of saving the group at the last second. You're right. You're right. Oh man, sorry about the whole stream going down there for a second, guys. That was a problem. All right. Well, welcome back. That was a nice little quick break. So you guys are still in this like fogscape, right? Having just defeated the whatever these things were, you don't really know. None of you would have seen any of this before that seemed to have materialized out of the fog. The goblin standing still where he started, blood all over his face, an arrow still, like feathers still poking from his eyes for as deep as it was shot into him, as well as being torn open from both the left clavicle down to his navel and his entire chest having been rent open by a giant axe. The dude's a mess. He seems to not be bleeding anymore, but the head continues to swivel around and make as much eye contact as possible with an arrow in his brain. You guys seem to have saved Vathan with that one hit point. He is now up.
Thanks, man.
I'm going to assume that now enough time has passed that the cloud has dissipated. You guys are standing, I assume, together in front of the goblin again?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll just keep passing out healing potions.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 1d8 3 times for me, please.
All right. I'm going to say this is for me. I'll take the terrible roll.
Okay. Go for it.
Worse than you gave him.
Impossible.
It's
5?
It's average.
Okay. Roll it 2 more times, please. Let's say that McSwiggins takes this one. 7.
And last one.
And Desdin takes the last.
All right.
6. Sounds good. Vathan just got shafted. The other ones are cleaner bottles. Maybe he's actually wiped his hands clean. And when he pulls these out,
Damn, that was
Ignis,
exactly
you're
enough to give me full health.
Ignis, that the 5 is enough to basically it stitches up your forehead wound.
Okay.
But other than that, you're still pretty freaking hurt. Like that spike into your chest,
Yeah.
it still burns the area that was there. It still feels like it's slightly on fire. Anyway, so yeah, now you're all standing there. You've all drank this 1 health potion, and the goblin.
Can I use Cure Wounds before we press on?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, I believe you have 3 total spells you can use per day. And Hunter's Mark was one of them. So you can cast 2 more spells from your first level spell slots.
Okay, so that counts as a level 1, doesn't it?
Yes, because
Or
that's the
cast at
only
level 1.
So you will be able to cast it higher later using those other spell slots, but not right now.
Sure.
So you cast Cure Wounds here. Let me go to the stat screen. For 6, who is that for?
That's for myself.
Okay, so you put 6 points into yourself. Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you're up to 7 now. Again, the goblin is just standing there regarding the group, watching you heal yourselves. The grin still plastered across its face.
So tempted to put an arrow in the other eye.
I would
I mean,
recommend against that.
You're more than welcome to.
Probably.
I'm not gonna stop you.
I will stop you.
I will bite your shins, man.
He is short. Okay. You guys are just standing there
All
in
right.
front of the goblin at this point?
So, we figured out the riddle. While bleeding to death, I might add. I believe we get to ask you a question.
There's a small chuckle. You guys can kind of feel it dance across the back of your brains. And yes, I believe that was the deal. You all did so well. You with the bow, Vathan. That was brave and stupid. Sacrificing yourself for your friends, but interesting. I like it. What is your question?
I'm a real quick confer with the party.
You guys huddle up.
Yeah.
You gotta like
can we
take a couple steps back and huddle up.
Can we ask him how we get out of here?
No. I mean, I'm positive that he'll show us how to get out of here because he promised safe passage. So I think that's a wasted question. I was thinking
his
something.
goal is then.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of who is causing the goblins to raid with the orcs, or where can we find the person or entity that is causing the goblins to raid with the orcs?
I think the second one's better because it's more. With the first one, do you remember when you asked him about mentioned his brother, and he kind of dismissed us a little bit? So I think the second one's more specific.
What was the second question? Because I'd like if you guys would have already known this, I want to be able to fill that in for you.
So who's causing the attacks?
No. The second one, where are they?
Yeah.
So yeah, the location of the character.
From what you guys know, you just know it's north and further into the spine. So if you wanted more specifics in that, you could ask that question. But what I'm saying is that's what you know already. It's further into the spine, further north of the city of Jewels.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of how we would phrase that to get an exact answer as opposed to just north. Or we could
I
just
don't think
ask
he's going to give us that.
Yeah, I think a safer question would be who is causing the attacks, and then we can just ask around like, how do we find this person?
Yeah, okay.
And
If everyone's all right with that, I'd say go for it.
is everyone all right with that?
Yep, fine by me.
Right. And if nothing else, I mean, we're eventually going to get out of the cave, so we can just follow the smuggler's trail. So I think we'll be okay, as long as we don't run into any more mist monsters. Okay, ready to ask that question.
Okay. Ask
Holy
away,
crap.
small one.
I'm a little giddy right now.
I can see. I've been listening.
Blame the blood loss. What is the name or identity of the person or entity who is causing the goblins to raid south with the orcs?
Your father. Of course.
Whoa.
I mean, it was only a matter of time, really. Some pushes here and there from my brothers and sisters, but no. This started long ago. Your father's father? Father's father's father? What are you, the fourth? Maybe the first, Ignarius?
Could you repeat that? Because I feel like I've lost a lot of blood.
You asked me the cause. Who is causing them to raid? Who is causing them to work together in such unusual fashion? But who put them together to begin with? You should know, but you may want to talk to your father.
I assure you that's one of the last things I want to do, but it feels like I'm going to have to. I thank you for your kind answer. Now, I believe you also promised that you would let us pass.
Oh, I said I'd let you through. Yes, of course. And then all of a sudden, the goblin moves and claps its hands, and then smoke, all the fog is gone, and you're in a different location. You're back in a cavern. It's clearly easy for you to see, those of you with dark vision. Desdin, you are plunged into darkness. The fog area had a weird ambient gray light, and I should have specified that before because I didn't make you hold a torch the whole time. That was the reasoning. I would have like the torch would have gone out and you would have tossed it away. There's like an ambient like glow about the fog area, but now that you're back in a cavern, it is dark for you. You can't see anything. But Ignas, McSwiggins, and Vathan, looking around quickly around the cavern, you realize you're back. You look down, dirt, rock, ground. Like you look like you're back, not where you were, but in a cavern.
Okay, well, I'm gonna light a torch.
Go for it. Yeah, go ahead and mark down one of those torches.
Oh Lord, we better get out of here before he runs out.
Yep.
Okay. Can we?
I mean, you all of you have 10 torches, so if you're not dicks, you can literally just hand him torches all day long.
For one
So,
point, you can
you
have one torch.
You have 35-ish hours worth of torches right now.
Frankly, not sure why I have these torches since I can see in the dark, but whatever.
It came in your pack. You bought them as a set.
I tried to haggle for less payment without the torches, and I lost. So.
Yep. So
Ooh.
so you're in this cavern. You're all super hurt, bleeding from various orifices.
We should probably take a rest.
McSwiggins' brain is scrambled. I mean, more so than normal. I mean,
would like
yeah,
to rest.
if you'd like, would you like to take a short rest or a long rest?
What's the difference?
A
full hit points.
I would
A long
like
rest-
to take a long rest.
A long rest brings you to full hit points, gives you back half of your total amount of hit dice. It replenishes your spells, your key points, your rage. Yeah.
I'd go long rest after a fight like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Vathan, before I forget, how many arrows did you use in that fight?
I've been taking them off every shot I had, so
Okay.
I've got 13 left.
Just making sure. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So you guys want to take a long rest?
Yeah, if someone can watch for the first 4 hours, then I can watch the rest of the night.
Take
And
the first watch.
well, before you decide watches, I will spend the first hour casting alarm.
It takes you 10 minutes to cast alarm.
Oh, well, fine. I'll take the first 10 minutes.
As a ritual cast, it'll take you 10 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, sure. You cast it. I assume in the. So basically, everyone has to kind of clump together real close, like to get everyone within the alarm radius.
Yeah.
But it is something that you can do. So Ignas, do you tell them what you're doing? This is new. All of this is new.
Yeah.
Nuts to
Listen,
butts.
Guys, it may be the blood loss, but I have the spell. I can set up essentially a magical tripwire that will alert me and us if anyone enters the camp without our being aware of it, say from behind.
Cool.
Speaking of, are we just in an open cave? Are we in a hall or what?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Always go well. I did it with advantage again.
Wow, now the
Fine.
18th and 20 to come out.
You're an 18. That's fine. It's good.
Or was that 18 when you needed to smear blood on him?
Yeah, real.
Before you set this alarm thing, you're like, wait. You're telling them all about this, and you're like, wait, where are we? Because it doesn't look familiar. It's a much larger cavern than the one that you left in the fog. You don't really know where you are. You can try to find out. It's a large cavern. That's what you see right now. It looks like it could be on the right road, but you don't know yet.
How would I know if it's on the right road? Survival?
Investigation. You
Oh,
need to find
investigation.
some sign of it being the right road. Do you let them know what you've seen?
Yes, of course. Look, guys,
Well, we can help
we
and
are
give them
not
advantage to that,
in-
can't we?
Oh yeah, we are not in the same place we started in. We're in kind of a much larger area. Again, maybe the blood loss, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'll give him a hand with that to give him the advantage on the investigation.
Sweet. And I have a pretty good
Yeah, go ahead and do some investigating of the area.
for investigation as well. Except when I get single digits.
You know, it looks familiar, but you're not sure. You don't really. You haven't found an indicator of where this is or what this is, but it's a cavern. So you know it's a big cavern. You know it's where you weren't before, but you don't know if he let you somewhere else in the whole complex of caverns around you, or if this is still the same road. You don't know that. With that check, you don't know. So Vathan and Ignas, you look around and you don't know. My suggestion as your DM would be maybe before you go wandering around, take a rest and try again in the quote unquote morning, because you have no idea what time it is. You don't know anything right now.
No. Alarm around the people. Let's all huddle up. We're all buddies, right? Let's cuddle.
So is anyone going to take watches, or
I will after the first 4 hours. If someone can just cover that first 4.
I'll do the first 2 because
and then McSwiggins can take
Been saying
second
the
2.
entire time that I will do the first 4.
If you do the first 4, you won't get a long rest.
That's fine. I don't need it.
You will take a point of exhaustion.
That will take first 2.
Okay. I just want you to know, if you don't get the long rest after like a day's worth of doing things, you'll end up with a single point of exhaustion.
Just take the
So
second watch, dude.
It doesn't matter. You have one. So who's first? Just tell me who's first.
I'll go first.
Ignas is first. McSwiggins
Alright,
is second.
fuck it.
Vathan takes the last 4, which is great. Cool. Desdin, you sleep the whole time. Alarm is cast.
Monks.
Alarm is cast. Let's see if. God, I hope not for your guys' sake. I hope nothing happens tonight.
Oh no, we're all doomed. This does remind me though of Final Fantasy IV in the Octopus Cave when you first learn about tents and save
Oh,
points.
I love that game.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I think something different's going to happen here, and I'm pretty excited about this part. So,
Ooh,
because we've postponed it. We've postponed it. So I think during, and McSwiggins, if you don't mind, I'm going to introduce your battle raging here,
Okay.
if you don't mind. So the alarm is set. Ignas is taking watch. Vathan is meditating in his trance-like state. Desdin is sleeping. McSwiggins, you find not very restful sleep. The fight, not being able to win in the way that you wanted to win, not being able to be as, I think, as useful as you would have wanted to be within that fight, and watching your friends get very hurt for it, maybe weighing hard on your mind. So as you fall asleep,
This is why I want to take the watch. He can't sleep.
it's okay.
Ron,
Sleep eventually finds you. It's not comfortable. You've been fighting it for a while. Your brain racking. Your flask is empty. You don't find sleep easily, but it does come. And in your sleep, there's a small light that you see in front of you. What do you do? So let me help you here. It's not the white light. It's not death.
yes, I know.
Okay.
Don't want to
All right.
expose it.
I
Follow where
wanted
you're
to.
going.
You woke up
It is has a golden shimmer about it. It pulses, breathes. What do you do?
I've told you. Leave me.
My son, you know I can't do this. There is much for us to do. My brother rises, my sister at his back. You are needed, and you are called. You will answer. And the gold light pulses, and this mist of gold washes over you. What do you do?
You're right. I have answered. I will never lead again.
I do not ask you to lead others. I ask you to be the fight. I ask you to go alone. I ask you to be the chaos that is war. I do not need you to lead armies, soldiers, even your friends. I need you to show them the true power in battle, the true warrior spirit. You had it once. I think you can find it again.
The spirit has never left me. But look where it got me the last time.
I know it pains you, and I watch, and it pains me. I think it is time. The war is inevitable. It has already begun. You heard him? It has started. They will come, and there will be nothing to hold them back. You must be there to stem the tide, to stand in the front, not to lead, but to hold the whole that is coming. This is what I ask. I do not ask you to live. I ask you to die, and to die fighting. And the light pulses one more time, and then sucks it all in, and winks out. And you sleep. Okay. So that happens. You know, McSwiggins, you're sleeping. Ignis wakes you for your watch though. So maybe it ends right around the same time, and you kind of start yourself awake at the close there. So Ignis, I guess you go and take your rest. McSwiggins, you're up. Is there anything you want to do? Is there what are you gonna want? You want to whittle some stuff, or you just want to hang out and take your watch?
Just taking the watch.
Sounds good.
Longing for more alcohol.
Okay.
Flask is empty.
The flask is empty. Can I get you to make a perception roll for me, please?
Okay, here we go.
With advantage, because you're in this, like you have the stone, like the history of stone or something like that, right?
Yeah, stone cunning.
Stone cunning. So please make it with advantage.
Perception, just real quick. Perception is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Stone cunning applies to intelligence. Specifically
okay.
History. If
history checks related to the origin of stonework. Okay. It is. You're right. It's at a negative, but I still want you to make let's call it a history check then.
Okay.
I would want it to be investigation, but I think history's fine here too. It's the same. It's the same number.
Same intelligence. It says
so,
whenever you make a intelligence check, and then it has history in parentheses, so it might be
it's
anything.
You're right. And in reading it more applies to the actual history of like stonework and how particular things were made, and you can see that when you look at it. So yeah. So please go ahead and roll me a history then.
Okay.
18's double. Wow. As you take your watch, maybe the memory in your mind, you try to fight it away. Again, and finding your flask empty and not able to. You try to focus on something else. So you look around the cavern. Your dark vision is spectacular, and you can see, and you start maybe working from one end of the room to the other, just watching from where you are and scanning your eyes across the room. And you do it for maybe an hour, and you feel like you know this room now. Like you can feel it. And you find something as you look across the room again. You see a pattern that you didn't necessarily see before. And maybe you get up and you run to this one of these stalactites that's sticking. Stalactites are down, stalagmites are up. Stalagmites that is sticking out of the ground, and you see an irregularity that you don't really understand why. How did this get here? So you come up to the stalagmite after you've gotten up from your seated position, and you investigate it further, and you find there it is, the irregularity. It was weird how it didn't seem to fit the rest of the stalagmites around them. It's the 3 prongs at the top and the one straight through the middle. It's the symbol of the Golden Eagle Company. And you find it on this stalagmite. And seeing that this is here, you look for another. And you find one as you walk down, basically in a straight line, all the way down to the far end of the room, which goes in through another, where the cavern comes down and goes through another smaller tunnel. And you see it there, marked again. Kind of how it was when you found the original entrance that was that had an illusion. It's at the edge of the wall. So the 3 sit on top and the 1 sits on the floor. But you're able to find it, this weird irregularity, this man-made portion of this. And now that you look back across it, yeah, this is a road. And it all clicks together. Yeah, people move goods across this. There's no way this divot exists in the ground naturally. There's no river here. There's none of this. How did we not see this before? And it seems that you have found the path forward. So then I assume you just go back to your spot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Finish out your...
just kind of wait for Vathan to wake up.
Yep. So Vathan, he needs no prompting. Comes out of his trance exactly at 4 hours. And so he's up. McSwiggins, you're more than welcome to go back to sleep.
If I don't, would this have counted as a short rest, or was it not long enough?
So there's interesting mechanics, and I've always thought about this, and this is actually a mechanics discussion that I need to have with some other DMs and stuff before we actually decide this. Before I decide this, the way some people do it is that if you're taking a long rest, you do not gain the benefits of a short rest while doing it.
Mm.
So you must complete the long rest, otherwise you gain 0 benefits from it. So you can take a choice to take a short rest instead.
Oh, no. My question was that I slept for a few hours prior to my wash.
Right. The sleep doesn't count as a short rest. Okay. So that's the way I'm going to do it right now. And if I come to a decision, I'm going to have to talk to some people about it. But the way that it's been done and I've seen it done is that if you're taking a long rest, you do not get the benefits of a short rest. And if you're taking a short rest, you don't get the benefits of a long rest. They're 2 separate things. So as of right now,
but it's the same action.
I know, and this is why I have such a trouble with it, and I think it's defined a little bit differently. Whereas long rest is specifically sleeping, whereas short rest is not sleeping and just resting. I think is the 2 caveats to that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think that's, and so we're gonna play it with that way right now. So sorry to get all mechanicsy on you guys, but so no, you would need to sleep to continue your rest. Or at least try to. You should be able. You'll find your sleep, as restless as it is. Whatever dreams may come, you can find your rest.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
No, never mind. I'll go to sleep.
Sure. So Vathan, you awake. McSwiggins kind of glances over at you and nods and goes and takes his bedroll.
Okay.
And you're currently on watch.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait that out till morning.
Sure. Can you make a perception check for me, please?
These have not been going well for me lately.
You do not. Yeah, you don't get advantage on this either.
Hey.
Hey.
Excellent. Okay.
You perceive the universe.
Yeah, you see it all. You hear it's soft. You're not really sure what it is, and you're a little. It's alarming you that it sounds like movement.
Okay.
So, whatever it is, it's a very soft movement. So you get up and you look around a little bit, and with your perception, you can see some movement darting back and around these stalagmites in the distance, kind of over where McSwiggins was originally, running down this passage, this road. But it stops. And you can see it now. It's kind of stopped in the open. It's this wolf. It's rather large, gray, shaggy. But it's there and it stopped and it starts sniffing around and immediately turns its gaze towards you. Golden eyes sitting in the darkness. Not much light to glint off of, but with your dark vision, you can still see the gold of the irises. So he sees you. What do you do?
Okay, I've got the animal handling skill, so I'll push towards it.
Please, you start moving towards him?
Yep.
Okay. So please roll animal handling for me, please.
This could go so badly.
It might.
So many pleases.
Okay. As you approach, the hackles on the back of the wolf rise, and a low growl begins to emit from its throat. It backs away a little shyly, but it doesn't run, it doesn't lunge as you approach him, and so you're getting 10 feet, 5 feet. What do you do?
Okay, have I got any food on me that I could use maybe to lower it in a little bit?
You would have some like dried meats and stuff like that from your rations.
Okay, I'll try kneeling down and offer.
Sure.
I'll come a bit closer.
So you kneel down, his hackles are up, and he's sitting there growling, and you gesture with some of your salted meat.
Yeah, I'll put the
and
food
you
on the
hold
floor,
it.
and then I'll maybe take a step back.
Sure. So you lay it on the ground, and it looks at you, lunges for the meat, and then backs away and continues, like, chomps it up quickly, and then continues to look at you. Hackles still up, no longer growling.
Okay. All right, I think I'll try. Communicate? Do I have like anything to speak to animals? I don't know if I had a skill.
Not
for
yet,
something
no.
like that.
You
That comes
have the
later,
option. It's a spell, and you have the option to take it later. But as of right now, no, you do not.
Right. Okay.
He's say there. It's cautious. The eyes are still definitely locked with yours, and like the hackles are up, and he's on the back foot here. You don't know if it looks like the wolf is more ready to run than to attack.
Okay.
It seems horribly out of place. So it's scared, and you seem to have calmed it a little bit with the food. So what would you like to do now?
Could I do an investigation to see how it'd be down here, or if there's anything that shows why it would be there? Or is there nothing that would really give me anything?
You know what? Yeah, but tell me what you're investigating. What are you looking at?
I'm looking for ways in that maybe we've missed. Does it come from a different ways? I don't know, there could be like sounds of running water where it's come from, where it must have drank from.
So you already saw with your original perception roll that it was running down the actual road, like the quote unquote what you would have you will know tomorrow as the road.
Okay.
So you see it come sprinting out. So you know that there's an opening down on that end, and you know that there's an opening down on that end. But it's also a large cavern. There's openings over there. There's openings over there. There's an opening over there. Like it could have come from anywhere, but you saw it running in this particular direction.
Okay,
So
I think
you've
what I'm
seen
going to
that
do then with it,
already.
I'll put some more food down on the ground, but then I'll head back to the camp. I'm kind of want the wolf to make its own kind of decisions there.
Sure. That's fine. So yeah, you put the food down.
Yeah.
You put the food down, and you back away. And then do you back away all the way, or do you eventually turn around and walk away?
I'll back away till I feel I'm at a safe distance. So what, 10, 15 feet maybe?
Sure, call it 15. Why not?
Yeah, and then what I'll do as well, as the others wake up, when they do come around, I'll let them know there's a wolf nearby, but not to be
okay.
alarmed.
It's still middle of your watch. You are about 2 hours away from anyone waking up here.
Okay, well, I'll just sit by the edge of the camp and I'll wait it out, I think.
Sure. So as you turn around and you walk back to the camp,
Yeah.
when you get back to the campsite, you turn around and sit down. Do you look to see if the wolf is still there?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye down there.
Okay.
Fill up my time.
It looks like he's moved since when you turned around. It looks like
way or
no, you don't know where.
Okay.
He's gone. You don't know where he's gone. So yeah, that's where that is. So as your watch continues, you see something start approaching slowly, cautiously. It's the wolf. No, not Hackle's Rays, just approaching. Maybe still hungry. He looks a little mangy. It's like he's been running forever.
Okay, I'll try and speak, not obviously in any sort of wolf language, but I'll speak to him in Elvish, and I'll put the food down again in front, and then I'll back away again, just kind of building up trust.
Make another animal handling check.
That's better.
The wolf quickly approaches you. At hearing the Elvish words, his ears perk up. What did you say to him?
I'll say that I told him it was safe. I'll just put you you're safe with us.
It's weird. It's like he understood you. And you're not sure why. Was it the Elvish or just the food? But he takes the food quickly and then looks back up to you expectantly.
Okay, how much of this food have I got?
The amounts that you're giving him, I'm assuming are less than like palm sized.
Sure.
Right? So they're basically palm sized pieces of dry meat. By the end of this, I'd probably say you're down one set of rations.
Okay, that's fine. I'll keep sharing them with him.
Sure. So he comes in, he approaches you, and he's allowing you to basically feed him out of your hand.
Okay.
Do you sit back down at camp?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you say anything else to him?
I'll just keep reassuring. Tell him that he can rest.
Common or Elvish?
All Elvish.
Yeah, he seems to take it really well. He approaches and lays next to you, and as your watch continues, and as you spend the next hour and a half with this wolf, lightly feeding him, maybe petting him, and soothing him in your own tongue, he eventually places his head on your lap and really gets into getting scritched behind the ears and stuff like that. He seems to be enjoying it, and he's asleep. He is resting. You notice that he is covered in dirt, grime, water. It looks like he's been running for weeks, and you don't know where, how, or what, and there's no way you'll ever be able to ask him.
Yeah.
Because you could maybe a year down the road when you learn that spell, but you don't know, and he's here now, and it seems like he likes you.
Awesome. Okay, I'll just have to be really careful to let people know not to panic when they wake up. But I'll wait. I'll just keep that going till the morning, just building up trust.
Exactly.
And panicking.
No.
Yeah. You.
Well, not to eat Ignis.
Yeah. Don't eat Ignis.
He smells of blood, but don't eat him.
So you approach the end of your watch and stuff like that, but before any of that happens, the resting time is starting to come to an end, and Desdin, you begin dreaming. It's a dream that you may have had before. It feels super familiar. It's you, and you're reading this book, and it's telling you all of these amazing things about a land far to the north, about an entity of infinite power, about this justice that was wrought on a land, and it all really clicks with you. And then you fast forward, and you're on the road again, running from wherever, walking from wherever, in tattered rags, the bag slung over your shoulder, your staff in hand, walking down the road. And the day goes by, and then the night, and then the day, and then the night, and the day, and the wind wildly blows past you, and the road seems to zoom forward, and just the land just falls behind you. And you come to a waterfall that you've not seen before. You don't know if this exists, but it's as good a place as any to rest now, and it's beautiful. Might as well take advantage of the opportunity. So as you kneel and you rest and you meditate, and you feel the earth around you, and you feel the wind as it blows through your tattered clothes and through your hair, and you feel the heat of the sun as it beats down behind you and glitters off of the waterfall as it falls into the pool that sits still below. And you meditate, and you feel like you can pick the threads of heat out of the air. And you feel like you can take the wind around you and weave it into something else. The ground below you feels firm but malleable. And then you wake up.
With tattoos on my body?
Nope, that's a personal choice.
Oh, man.
You can be inspired however you would like to be for whatever symbol of tattoo you would like to have.
Get the arrow.
Get the arrow.
I was hoping it would be like a magical tattoo or something.
It's again, this was a dream.
Right. I
You
know.
have not fully meditated upon this yet, so who knows?
Your dreams are
But
boring.
I wasn't gonna slap a tattoo on you without telling you what it was first, just in case
Oh,
it doesn't
I
fit
had
with
my
what you
own-
like.
Thing going in my head
Sure, perfect,
during the encounter as well. So
excellent. So you all come to, and Vathan is quickly placating you guys and like petting this wolf and saying it's okay, it's all right.
There is
Vathan.
a wolf in a cave. Why is there a wolf in a cave? And why is it licking your hand?
Okay, I'll just explain to the whole group basically what's happened.
Sure. So
And
you
it's
tell him
common
about
manners.
finding the about finding the wolf, and it looks like it's been running forever. It was malnourished, but it seemed to take to you rather well. Do you let them know about like the elvish thing, or do you just tell them like, oh yeah,
No,
I
I'll
just was able
I'll
to?
not say the elvish thing, but I will say that as an elf, I've got a responsibility to take care of this creature.
Sure. Did you name him? Do you tell him a name, or is it just there's this
I'm
wolf?
undecided yet. I want some time to think.
didn't we
Perfect.
kill a bunch of wolves before?
It's
Perfectly
the
fine.
wolf.
We don't tell him about that. We don't talk about the other wolf.
Freaking elves.
Yep. Freaking
Yeah,
elves,
sure,
man.
why not?
Tell you what.
Hey, so and then I like to tell them about the symbols I found.
I'm gonna eat some
Excellent.
rations while they're talking.
Yeah. So, Vathan, go ahead and mark down 2 because you got to eat one while you're in this cave, and you
Yes.
kind of gave one to your dog.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
everyone, and
wolf.
Ignis, mark down rations, please, and McSwiggins, please mark
Yep.
down rations.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you guys are up, and Adam, Desdin, you start burning torches, my friend.
Yeah, I got a torch.
We're
All
gonna
right.
need supplies soon.
Yeah, probably.
We're
We
going
need
to the
to
city.
Cave.
So,
There we go.
McSwiggins,
Wait.
he's told you he's found the Golden Eagle Company symbols that denote the edges of the roads, and has basically said, yeah, it's this direction, like this is north. With his level of knowledge about how the road would have been built and the history and the man-made markers on it, he knows this direction here, which is where you guys were perched up on out in the cavern, is to the right. And it goes down into a smaller tunnel, not as large a cavern, but maybe like a 15 by 15 tunnel. So yeah, that's what he lets you know.
We need to get moving.
Additionally, before I screw any more of this up and forget more, you each receive 594 experience.
Oh wow. 594. So that's 1500 and
Wait, hang on. Was 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5,
1557.
6, flying 1, and the goblin. Yeah, so 594. Well done.
Okay.
It was a tough one.
When's level 3? Or level 4?
9. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me find out.
What number did you? Because I got 900. We've got 963,
Right.
Yeah.
and we've got 594.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I got
that's
1557.
Yeah, 1557.
I used the calculator.
Level 4 is 2,700.
Oh,
Nice.
jeez. All right.
Yeah, it gets high. But again, you're getting almost 600 experience for a deadly encounter, so that's pretty good. And hopefully it provided enough challenge there.
I was
don't
worried.
think if you guys didn't figure it,
Yeah, I thought
like
that was
honestly,
perfect.
if it was just a straight up like you fight these guys, they would have killed you. So it's interesting.
We had a
Interesting.
chance.
You did have a chance. It's true because rolls are rolls, and that's just how it works. Yeah. Okay.
I was trying my hardest.
you guys are pointed in the correct direction. I think this is actually as good a place as any for us to end the session.
Yeah, I agree.
You each have had either a vision or something greet you. Ignis, not so much, but you might have some daddy issues we need to resolve next session.
Oh no, there's some daddy issues there.
Yeah. So, but I think this is where we call it, guys. So I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for watching. This is where I'm going to end the stream, and until next week on DieFall, 7 p.m. On Wednesdays. Couch, you can go ahead and do some shout outs here. I got your face on the screen. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you.
You can find me right here at Runaway
Right here.
Robot. Oh wait, no. YouTube.com/TheCouchBum and Twitch.tv/TheCouchBum. I stream to both, and I'm making a transition to Twitch only. So if you're gonna follow one, follow over there, please.
Cool. Rel, go ahead and let them know where they can find you.
All right, you can find me at youtube.com/relplays, as well as on Twitch, twitch.tv/relplays, and on Twitter, twitter.com/@rellet'splay.
Excellent. Latana.
Yeah, I'm primarily on YouTube. I've just done a big channel rebrand, so just search Latana. Check out all them cool things that I've had put on there now, and yeah, make sure you stop by. Yeah, check them out. They're awesome.
Awesome.
It's comic book
and
artist.
Rob, where can they find you at?
You can find me. I am one half of Bonus Stage Heroes on YouTube, so that's youtube.com/Bonus Stage Heroes. And on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all Bonus Stage Heroes except for Twitter because limits are fun and it's Bonus Stage Hero. There you go.
Excellent. And I am Joel. I'm Runaway Robot. You can find me at Runaway Robot YT on Twitter, Runaway Robot Gaming here on Twitch, and Runaway Robot on YouTube. If you guys are late to this or whatever, I'll throw up the VOD on YouTube sometime either tomorrow or the next day, depending on how terrible my schedule is. But yeah, I think that's about it, boys. And thank you all for joining me, and thank you guys for watching. And until next week. So later.
Bye.
Bye.